You know my thoughts on players interacting with the crowd after they score. Now, I have a major problem when people do it to fans of the other team.
Yeah?
In Rafinha's case, though, I don't know. I don't know how I should feel about this. I'm
not too sure it's for the crowd. I think it's one of those, the Memphis Depay. I think Memphis was probably the first one to do that kind of celebration where you say, like, you know, I'm just focusing on myself. I'm not really listening to the noise outside. It doesn't have to be from the home fans. It could be from the media, from away fans.
But in that game, when your team's getting booed by their own fans, it sends a different message. Maybe you need to have a little awareness.
It's different to the Bruno Guimaraes, Cole Palmer kind of celebration after the penalty in the penalty shootout in the League Cup that we will mention later on the show, for example. Maybe. I don't know. I saw it and I didn't think there was any problem in it.
All right.
You want to show some love to Sergio Roberto, right? You know how I feel about Sergio Roberto.
I know you're not a fan. It's funny because I watched this game. I watched a post game on Liga TV, and they had former Barcelona and Chelsea legend Xavi Ferrer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's related to Sergio Roberto somehow, but he absolutely loves Sergio Roberto. And he says, he sacrificed himself at right back over the years. He's been so unlucky with injuries. He says, like, you know, he's one of the best attacking midfielders in the Liga.
No?
You don't think so?
No.
No.
I was about to tweet.
Okay.
Before his first goal, where he missed already a chance, I was about to tweet, to post something like, how is Sergio Roberto playing in this team, please? And then he scored. Literally a minute later, he scored the header. And I was like, okay, maybe not this time.
He has a contract. He's there. He can contribute. I do want to take it, though, to the midfield. Gavi's out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Pedri, I think, is going to be out maybe till January. Then I think it's going to take
2 to 3 weeks or after the winter break.
But it'll probably take him time as well. Like, you know, I thought, and I feel bad for him because I thought he played well against Valencia, and it looked like he's building back up. And I look at this midfield and I'm saying, I don't know what level Gundogan can provide. I feel like he's been really up and down.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's almost like, looks to me like, you know, he had that great season last year at City, and it's difficult to then follow up on a new team.
Yeah.
De Jong's back, which is good news. Romeo had a stinker at the weekend, but, you know, that's not going to be Romeo
I never
all the
want
time.
to see Romeo ever again wearing that shirt.
But somebody's got to play midfield on this team.
I know, play Fermin, who's still young, but we saw last night there's a couple of good passes. He runs a lot. He's got a lot of energy. I think he's potentially a really good player. Gundogan, I agree with you. I'm not really sure. I don't even know what he wants to do, where he wants to play, because he was such a very specific role on the Pep last season, especially, where he was a bit of everything, really, in a way. But only the Pep system in that City team allowed him to be a second striker, sometimes even a 9, sometimes an 8, sometimes a 10, sometimes a 6, sometimes a bit of all of that in one. I'm not really sure this Barca team right now is structured like that. There's that kind of freedom, or I'm not even sure if freedom is the right word, but I just don't. And certainly that's not what they need. They need Gundogan to do one thing and do it well, whatever that is that Xavi is asking him to. So whether it's that being really high up on the pitch, close to Lewandowski, almost as a second striker, fair enough. Maybe it's to be the guy that Pedri can't be now because he's injured in the second phase of attacking plays, where you need to be the guy to progress that ball forward and create something, which Gundogan seems to me that he does less and less now. At times I saw him of that kind of player, not so much anymore. But I don't know, there's clearly something not right because we don't see enough of him being decisive. And yesterday, again, I know that chance, I don't know what happens. It looks like he was scared of the ball, closed his eyes and the ball was gone and then that's it. But that should have been a goal.
I want to end this by taking it back to that quote about 2010 Barca. Because I'm old, I remember 2010 Barcelona. And you know, with Xavi, I think he's actually wrong when he says either we run like animals or we won't get there. That Barcelona team, the 2009-10 team, and like the
even
earlier
10-11,
iterations,
to be fair,
those guys ran like animals. You look at the numbers of so they managed to have the highest possession, and they also managed to cover the greatest distance. That was a pressing team. You know, Messi back then was younger and ran a lot.
Yeah.
Iniesta, Xavi, I mean, Samuel Eto'o, come on.